Each year, Jupiter changes signs. This shifts the collective focus on learning, abundance, and growth. Here are some things we can look forward to for the next year. Since May 2024, Jupiter's journey through Gemini has felt like a communications mosh pit. Our trust in world media is dwindling. We are more dependent on phones now than ever before. Opinions have become polarizing, and homeschooling revolution is challenging a now unreliable and unremarkable public school system. As Jupiter swims into Cancer's waters, the sign it is exalted in, we step away from noisy debates and enter a period of softer strength guided by intuition, compassion, and care. This new cycle invites us to become protectors and nurturers of others and ourselves. On June 9th, 2025, Jupiter will move from Gemini to Cancer, where it will remain until June 30th, 2026. Themes will shift away from communications and duality towards compassion and intuition. This heightened intuition is your armor, much like the crab has its shell. It shows us how to trust our gut, not just emotionally, but physically, as Cancer rules the stomach, chest, and breasts. With this transit, we are called to develop increased empathy, emotional intelligence, and a desire to nurture. Cancer reminds us to be more introspective and considerate of others' needs. In Asian countries, instead of wearing a face mask to protect yourself from outside germs, people wear face masks out of respect for strangers. This is not post-COVID paranoia. It's a reminder of how selfless thinking can shape behavior. Under Jupiter in Cancer, we may become more mindful of our most vulnerable community members, especially new parents, who often lack the support they need. Many modern mothers are navigating increasing responsibilities without communal support. While independence is empowering, Jupiter in Cancer may highlight the need to rebuild maternal community structures. Compare these themes with a recent Jupiter in Cancer transit. For instance, on 9/11, an international sense of unity formed after the attacks on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon. President George Bush initiated Cancerian protectiveness by declaring the War on Terror campaign weeks after the incident. With peace talks underway in places like Russia and Ukraine, Jupiter in Cancer could amplify efforts towards unity and resolution, especially through empathetic diplomacy. Cancer's communal nature also makes it family-oriented, so a shift in focus on family building rather than the single life or hustle culture is likely to occur. This is not limited to children. Pet adoptions are also likely to rise. Either way, we're liable to see a lot more love in the air. With the yearning for long-term commitment comes a more prevalent wedding industry. You may feel more called to step into a family leadership role. This does not point to hardships, as it would if this were a Saturnian transit. Rather, this may appear as elders within the familial unit shining the spotlight on you and promoting you in some way. You may host more functions, or take over as the matriarch or patriarch. This may trigger a desire to connect with your ancestry. Strained relationships within the family are more likely to heal during this time. Family matters mean that Cancer also extends into home-related matters. Jupiter in this sign points to a potential real estate boom. This may be a prosperous time for realtors. If you're selling your house, buyers won't be hard to find. This may bleed over into social media, where you may see more interior design, DIY, or home improvement content. Financially speaking, expanding income beyond monthly affordability and towards building generational wealth will become more of a focus. Cancer does not chase like Aries, it attracts. You may be drawn to projects that generate long-term passive income. Your project may become your baby, and you may become more protective of your assets. Long-term investments will take precedence over day trading. Alternatively, generosity and charity may flow more freely. With all that being said, there are some potential downfalls that come with Jupiter in Cancer. Watch out for sensitivity to criticism, mood swings, overindulging in emotions and food, staying in your comfort zone, and clinging to nostalgia or martyrdom. Cancer craves inner security, but occasional risks are necessary. If you don't take risks, you won't succeed. Let go of emotional dependencies that are holding you back It could look like letting go of that situationship that you know is not serving you. So how will Jupiter in Cancer affect you? Look to your rising sign or natal first house in your birth chart for the most relevant themes. If you're a Cancer rising, this is the time to discover yourself. This is the perfect time for a glow up. This is the best time for self-improvement. You may focus on becoming an overall better person, better parent, or develop more caregiving skills. Gemini rising. You're more financially secure during this time. People may ask you for loans, or you may unexpectedly come upon some money. People may start to see you as more of a role model or protector. Taurus rising. If you've struggled with communication in the past, you may suddenly feel more comfortable with speaking your mind during this transit. Words will be more likely to flow more easily. This is a great time to write, whether it be poetry, copywriting, an advice column, or music. You have a greater desire for your voice to be heard. You may feel the need to share more of your life on social media. Your words bring comfort. Aries rising. You may be more focused on family during this time. Whether you desire to be more involved in your child's life or become more present in overall family matters, even if you don't have children, you may experience more mood swings. Your home is more secure at this time. You may discover a part of your ancestry. Pisces rising. You may feel more creative during this transit, perhaps in creative DIYs throughout the house or expressing yourself more through interior design. New hobbies, crafts, and personal projects may arise. You may experience sudden success with current hobbies or creative projects. If you are trying to have children, this is an excellent transit for you, as childbearing is more likely here. Aquarius rising. This is a time for good health for you. A good time to develop a routine for your family. If your family's health could be improved, this is a good time to get everyone back on track and develop a health plan. You may become a caregiver. Capricorn rising. New relationships or even marriage is highly likely. Suitors are lining up at your door. For current relationships, this is the time to focus on strengthening them. You may develop a closer bond. You will be more mindful of your partner's well-being. You long to create a more peaceful and nurturing home environment. Relationships are more secure during this time. Sagittarius rising. A monumental event is likely to happen this year. You may feel very insecure about this change at first, but you will realize that this part of you comes surprisingly naturally. If you have children, a big change in their lives is also likely, greatly affecting your emotions as well, as your empathy for them is heightened. You may become the new head of your family. Scorpio rising. You may find yourself in a teaching role, not necessarily becoming a formal teacher at a school, but you may be seen as an expert in your field or of your hobby, and you may naturally feel inclined to pass down your knowledge. This will be a great time to nurture the minds of others. You will give great advice or wax philosophical in order to comfort those who are experiencing suffering. There also may be a fear of the unknown, and Cancer's natural desire for security may increase your curiosity and thirst for knowledge. If you're going to school, this is a great year for you academically. Your academic performance is more likely to thrive here. Libra rising. Possible career shifts may include starting a new remote job, becoming a nanny, transitioning to becoming a stay-at-home mom, with Cancer's focus on emotional and financial security. Jupiter supports a stable household income. Or taking over the family business. You may find more emotional fulfillment within your current job that you did not have before, feeling more praise and pride from your family about how you contribute to society or the work you're doing. You may focus more on home improvements in the form of DIYs or interior design. Long-term investment strategies are greater than day trading. Your job is more secure during this time. Virgo rising. You will become the mom in your friend group. You will host more parties, become a matchmaker, expand your network, feel the need to support humanitarian causes that matter to you, i.e. volunteering at a soup kitchen, making food for the homeless, and getting to know their stories, volunteering at an animal shelter, or adopting multiple animals. Or you may find that children will gravitate towards you during outings. Your friendships are more long-lasting and secure. Leo rising. This is a more introspective time for you, a time for you to step out of the spotlight and retreat. You're planning your future. You may begin family planning. You may have the desire to start saving up for a house. You may contribute to a greater degree within your religious circle, i.e., becoming a church elder or just by becoming more spiritual. This may help restore your inner peace. This transit brings a welcome softness to these turbulent times. Are you ready to embrace the change? Or are old emotional patterns holding you back? Let's talk in the comments. Which house will Jupiter and Cancer move through in your chart? What kind of emotional shift are you already noticing? If you enjoyed this, you can show me by hitting the like button and subscribing for more astrological and spiritual content grounded in realism. Blessed be.